Well, the new year comes with a new set of rules now in effect. Several of the new laws are meant to tackle crime across the state, increasing penalties for retail crime, repeat offenders, and street takeovers. But there are many other rules meant to protect Californians. Attorney Jim DeSimone joins us live to break it all down for us. Jim, thank you so much for being with us. First off, what are some of the laws now in effect that are likely to be the most effective in cracking down on crime?
Yes, good morning, Leslie. Well, we have new prosecutorial laws that are going to give prosecutors more discretion to prosecute individuals if their crimes, if they've basically taken things from stores that aggregate over $950, even if they're in different counties. The new laws give police officers the ability to arrest individuals suspected of crimes, not depend on a citizen's arrest. And the new laws also allow for increased penalties for repeat offenders. There is some restorative justice in these laws, and hopefully that will be used in order to get especially offenders under the 25 years of age who might have mental health issues or drug issues into programs which could help them to make sure that they don't engage in this type of conduct again.
Won't Hopefully we won't see so much of that anymore. Now, Jim, federal regulators are finalizing a rule today to wipe medical debt from credit reports, but a similar state law went into effect on January 1st. So does that make the state law redundant? And how do those protect consumers differently?
I don't think it makes it redundant because for two reasons. One, the new law signed by President Biden is likely to garner legal challenges in different jurisdictions, and you have basically people who do not want these regulations to go into effect cherry picking courts, say in Texas, where they might be likely to get a more favorable ruling to make those laws ineffective and off the books. So this law is a really great law for California consumers, and it does protect us here in California, those who unfortunately have medical debt from having those credit reports being used against them, whether they're applying for jobs, whether they're trying to get a mortgage and the interest rates, or even renting an apartment. These credit reports can be used to individuals' detriments. And if they have unfortunately been involved in a situation where they've accrued medical debt, that can no longer be used against them in California.
So a little relief for them. California is also expanding protections for paid family leave. Number one, who does that law impact? And two, what specifically does it guarantee?
It really does impact individuals making under $63,000 a year because traditionally those individuals could only get 70% of their wages if they went on paid family leave, which is guaranteed up to 8 weeks in the state of California. That threshold increase has now been made to 90% of their wages, so it allows them to pay their bills if someone has to go on paid family leave. The other change to the law, which I think is really beneficial to California employees, is that companies can no longer require employees to use 2 weeks of their vacation time before they start getting that paid family leave. I mean, let's face it, if you're on paid family leave, you're really not on vacation. Oftentimes you're taking care of a sick family member. And, you know, all of us work hard to take care of our families, and that time for rest and relaxation, people should go on vacation. Hopefully everybody got a nice little break over the holidays here. And that's very important so that we can be our best both at work and at home when we're taking care of our families.
Now, let's talk about artificial intelligence. As it grows, so are regulations around its use. What are some of the new laws in effect in California?
Well, the new laws are set to protect individuals from using artificial intelligence to depict sexually explicit images. And this has really been used, unfortunately, as, of course, young people know how to use this technology. They show that in 90% of the cases, young women are being harassed by this deep fake technology, putting their facial imagery on sexually explicit images to make it seem as if they were engaged in these sexual acts. It makes this a misdemeanor. It also opens up those individuals to being sued. And I would have to say, you know, parents should be careful because if their children are doing this in their home, they could end up being sued for these things, and it could end up getting very expensive. So, you know, we hope that these new uses of technology can be used for good. When it's used for harassment, it could be very detrimental to the individuals involved, especially vulnerable youth. So these laws are really made to protect people from being harassed in that manner. There also is a new law that protects the image and likeness of deceased individuals who were actors, say, from being used in promotional activities to sell things. You can't use AI anymore to basically fake someone and make it seem like they're promoting your product, even if they're no longer living. And that also, protects the legacy of individuals who have made their mark in California or across the country and not being misused to sell products which they just haven't agreed to.
Okay, a lot to think about there, a lot going into effect. Jim DeSimone, thank you so much for illuminating these details for us. We appreciate it. Have a great day.
Thank you for having me on, Leslie. You too. Thank you.